Hello and welcome back. In this new episode, I'm going to show you the finishing process and the fretwork. Glossy finish in the top and hand-wrapped oil in the back. But first, I need to drill some holes. Here I'm connecting the two pickup packets with an 8mm drill. And this one connects the electronics cavity. The next drill is for the female jack. And finally, I can glue the neck to the body. These holes are for the pneumatic tailpiece. And before sanding, I'm going to carve a better access for the higher frets. To protect the natural bindings, I'm using regular nitrocellulose sanding sealer. Same thing with the headstock veneer. Now I can start the staining process. First, I'm using water-based black dye. The next step is to sand with 320 grit. This orange dye is alcohol-based leather dye. And the last step is to apply this purple ink. I think it's alcohol-based also. Here I'm making a burst, applying only on the edges. As you can see, mixing it with the orange turns into some reddish color. And the last step is to diffuse the hard red edge with some alcohol. Now I can reveal the natural binding. For this task I'm using scrapers. As a lacquer, I'm using 2K automotive clear coating spray can. The first day I'm going to apply 3 coats as a sealer. This is the next day. I'm going to scuff the surface with 320 grit, and next I will apply 3 more coats. Before oiling the back and the neck, first I'm going to round over the fretboard between frets. For this task, what I like to use is an utility knife blade. I'm going to sand the back and the neck up to 320 grit. The finish I like to use for the back and the neck is Rubio Monocoat. I'm going to apply 2 coats. I love the feel that this finish leaves in the neck. Before applying the second coat, I'm going to scuff the surface with this red Scotch-Brite pad. The equivalent in sandpaper I think is 600 or so. And now I can finish the lacquer. First I'm going to level with 1500 grit, wet sanding. And finally I'm going to wet sand with 2000 grit. The next step to polish. I'm using the 3M 3-step polishing product. This one has been my first attempt to dye, lacquer and polish an olive wood top. I think has came out really nice. Let me know what you think in the comments. Here you can see the finished product. And finally, the last part of this video. And it's fretwork. But first I need to straighten the neck. I'm using this notch straight edge. Leveling the frets with this sanding beam, using 320 grit. And fret end dressing. Using 2 files here, a flat one and a triangular one. Here you can see the process more closely. This is the flat file with a safe edge on the bottom, using it for the sides and for the rest, the triangular one. The next step is to sand the frets up to 1000 grit. I'm going to use this fret crowning file, but with some paper. And the last step is to polish the frets. I'm using this Mencerna polishing compound. Okay, this video ends here. In the next episode, I'm going to finish the guitar. I'm going to put in practice new ideas and concepts, so you can't miss it. If you enjoyed the video, please click like and subscribe. Thank you for watching and see you soon.